So most of the people left now are people packing up, sorting themselves out, getting ready to take off. All right, we are loaded up and we are ready to hit the road. All right, I just got some gas, just loaded up, just left Forgotten Angels, and like, what an experience. I am headed to my uncle's house right now, who lives in Tampa. I'm gonna go over there, eat a little bit of breakfast, hang out for a little bit, say hi, say my goodbyes before I start driving back up. I got a hotel booked about halfway in Virginia, so got some trucking to do.
Some time later.
Alright, I am now on my way. I just left Tampa. I have 10 hours and 34 minutes, 722 miles, until I get to my hotel in Emporia, Virginia. I'm definitely breaking that drive up into 2 days because that sucked the first time. But my journey home starts now. One thing that's really weird about the South to me is seeing so much like naturally occurring sand, right? That wasn't put there by like a municipality, like putting it down for snow or some shit. Like, I just turned onto Route 44 East in Florida, right? And there's just a bunch of sand, like a sandy trail, like leading off into who knows where. I wanted to drive down it, but like, I am on a time crunch. A time crunch for getting back to my own damn bed. But yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, I'm not used to that at all, just seeing sand everywhere. Like, we got dirt, straight dirt. Hell yeah.
One eternity later.
Gas station I could buy like fajitas and sausage and brisket and shit at. South Carolina's wild. Alright, I'm about 3 hours away from my hotel. I'm getting there way later than I had anticipated and wanted to. But that's just kind of how I live my life. I have about 200 miles left and I can't wait to get there. I am exhausted. I definitely want to be able to take some time and chill and decompress and sleep in a bed that is not full of air and inside. This is my favorite pastime. Going 1 mile an hour on I-95. Alright, I finally saw a sign for Emporia, Virginia. I am 16 minutes away from it. About damn time. You know, almost an hour and a half late. No big deal. Also, the inside of my truck smells like ass, and I do not know if it is the remaining portion of the Buc-ee's like brisket sandwich in here, or if it's my catalytic converter burning up. But that sounds like a later problem because I am tired as hell. Alright, let's find my room. Shut up, you. I'll tell you. There sure beats sleeping in my backseat. And in my front seat because I planned really poorly the first time going down to Florida. But I'm beat. I'm gonna clean myself up and go the hell to bed. I will see y'all in the morning. What's going on? It's the last day of my journey, and I have about 540 miles to go. It's 10 a.m., half an hour before this hotel needs me to get the hell out of here. I'm gonna check out their breakfast. This has been an awesome time. I definitely slept better at the campout than I did this hotel. I don't know what it is. The hotel bed kind of sucks. Like, maybe it's I was so comfortable at the campout, like all the awesome people. Maybe it was the fact that I spent a couple days hammered. I don't know. All I tell you is I had such a great time. I'm getting some food. Alright, breakfast ended at 9. Who does that? 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. I don't stay in a lot of hotels, but ending breakfast at 9? Come on, dude. We stay in hotels because we're too, like, tired or trashed to go somewhere else. It is what it is. There's a breakfast buffet with a gas station, like right next door. So that's even better. I'm going there. When I say my truck is packed, I mean it. There's so much crap in here. Alright, let's check out and get some breakfast. Breakfast served anytime with a buffet. Gas? Hell yeah. Damn, that's the best chicken fried steak I've had in a long time. I can't even see like their name outside the building. It just says restaurant. It's across the street from the hotel I stayed at. Like, I slept in that blue roof building. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad I did not get continental breakfast because this was way better. Alright. Let's get home. My windshield is a insect genocide. It is obscene. I love looking at this skyline and all this scenery as I'm going through Maryland. If only I had a way to have more time to look at it. Well, which granted, I suppose, all this traffic. Alright, it's about 6 p.m. and I am in New Jersey heading up the turnpike. I am so close to Connecticut, I can almost taste the road salt in Texas. But I am about 25 minutes out from getting myself some food. On my way down here, the first place I stopped at was a rest stop in Cranberry, New Jersey. And I'm hungry. But I feel like it would be really fitting to stop at this rest stop. They had like a Panda Express and all that. I've never had a Panda Express meal before. They have one in there. I figure, why not? I'll get some Panda Express and then just bang out the last like couple hours going home. You know you're back north when people are rude as hell. Alright, I am now headed home. That was my last stop. I ate some Panda Express. I have 195 miles. It'll take me 3 hours and 10 minutes to get home. So about 10:30 p.m. I will be back in Griswold, Connecticut. You know, this rest stop, it's only accessible from the south end of the highway, which is kind of frustrating because like I had to like turn around and like double back a little bit So right now I'm on I-95 South, which would put me back towards Florida. As much fun as I had, I am not trying to drive another 1,200 miles the opposite direction. Okay, so remember how I had to loop around to go to that rest stop because I was like, you know what, I want to stop at that rest stop and get Panda Express. Yeah, I just had to do a big ass loop through the toll twice. That was dumb, but I know for next time to not do that. Okay, 3 hours, I'll be home. Less than 2 hours to home. You know you're back in the Northeast when the roads start being garbage again? Like, what is it with, like, Connecticut and New York and having the absolute worst roads? You know you're back in Connecticut when there's nothing but traffic and your phone even tells you that traffic's getting worse. Do you, like, any of you have, like, this, like, that one stretch of highway near you that, like, you've taken most of your life to get anywhere? Like, for me, that would be 395 in southeastern Connecticut. I am on 395 north, 19 miles till I get off of my exit, 20 minutes. This trip is almost done. I'm going to put my camera down. I'm going to drive the rest of this drive, and I will see you guys in a bit. Just gotten back home from the camp out, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that this has been the most positive and great experience of my entire life. I had just turned 30 at the beginning of this month of March, and this is the first vacation I've ever taken. It's the farthest away from home I've ever been. It's the first time I've traveled alone. Loaded the bike in the bed of my truck that was operable. First time my bike has been in the bed of a truck and driven 1,300 miles to go to a place I've never been to. Like, I was so excited and scared and nervous and anxious that I didn't sleep at all before I left the trip. Then I drove from my house in Connecticut to a welcome center in Virginia, took a 1 hour nap, and then raw dogged the rest of that 19-hour drive to Tampa. I left at 6:30 p.m. on Sunday, and I made it there on 7:30 p.m. on Monday. Absolutely raggedy. And I would do all of it again. This has been easily the best week of my life. I've met so many incredible people, like Forgotten Angels, like incredible charity. It's initially, when I first heard of the charity, I was admittedly skeptical, right? Because there's so many dishonest charities, and you know they're out there, where they have a CEO that's making $800,000 a year of your donations, right? And don't get me wrong, I understand that there are operating costs, and you should have a little bit of, like, if it's your main job to operate that charity, yeah, you should definitely be able to like maintain and upkeep and like have some sort of income, right? However, this is not what Forgotten Angels is. Forgotten Angels, like Dave and Cindy, they live on that property and invite these young adults who had been shunned by society and the system that the government has put in place with foster care. They invite them into their home, onto their property, give them room and board in their own little tiny house, and get them set up for life. To like get that running start that so many people don't understand what it's like to not be able to get. Like, I've grown up pretty rough. I've lived in 26 different places that I can remember. I've stolen food so that way I can eat before. And I've done a lot of questionable things to make sure I could maintain some sort of stability. Like, I've had 3 different father figures. The one that took me under his wing and kind of helped shape me into the adult I am today, like, he unfortunately passed away coming up on 5 years ago, and he was only 40 from a fentanyl overdose. He pushed me to always try and do the right thing and help out the people that can't help themselves. So, seeing Forgotten Angels, it is a cause that really, really, really hit home for me. Like, meeting Dave and Cindy, they are easily 2 of the most wonderful people I've ever met. I'll tell you, these 2 are genuine. Cindy didn't even know my damn name, and she came right in for the hug and asked me how I was doing, how was the drive, where I'm from. Like, treated me like she known me her entire life. Dude, same with David. Dude, just absolutely stellar people. I don't have enough good things I can say. And like, speaking of people, like, all of the individuals that went to this campout, like, I didn't meet a single person that pissed me off. And I'm somebody that, like, I'm not someone who's ever really been that social of a person. I tend to keep to myself. I've always been, very shy and anxious, and I've had a hard time making friends or talking to people. Like, I find a lot of my friendships feel very transactional. Like, if I don't have something that I can provide, I don't tend to have that friendship, right? But going to this campout, I didn't feel any of that pressure to like perform or do stuff or be this, be that. Like, I was just me. I was just Dalton. I was just MotorsandMetal, right? And like, there were so many great people and YouTubers that I was able to meet this past weekend that were all just super genuine. Like, even some of the larger ones, like, Spite and Shade Tree that were there, like cooler in person even to talk to, but like, there's just so many people. Again, this has been one of the best experiences of my life. If this trip has taught me anything, it's taught me to take the chance and just go for it, right? Because there was a lot of risk to this. Like, I had never been this far. I've never driven anything this far. Like, loaded my bike in the bed of my truck and like went out and talked to all these people. Like, I put a lot on the line to be able to do this, and it was absolutely worth it. And I would totally do it again. With all the people that I've lost in the last few years, time is a very finite thing. And motorcycles have had a butterfly effect that have allowed me to become the person who I've become. They've helped me get the job that I have that allowed me to afford to be able to drive down to Florida with a motorcycle in the first place. Like, they've helped me obviously become a motovlogger. They've helped me obviously do all of this, right? And it's brought the world into a so much better place for me than it ever has been. All of that was just taking a chance. And I'm very happy that I've taken that chance. Anyway, I want to wrap this up. However, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to Dave and Cindy. Thank you to all of Brapstar. Thank you to all of the other vloggers and viewers and donors and people that have just done even the slightest thing to make a positive impact towards Forgotten Angels, to like help all these people and to make this event a tangible thing, you guys rule. Like, there are people sitting on the other side of this screen right now who have maybe bought a raffle ticket that has benefited Forgotten Angels. Maybe they've bought like a sticker from Brapstar. Maybe they've just sent in a few bucks to Forgotten Angels just because they want to send in a few bucks. That alone, that has helped so many people. It has helped me, like, get out of my shell and take a chance and see the world and enjoy my life. I don't remember the last time I've been just this happy to my core. Like, posting the pictures of things to Facebook, and like people are just commenting on the fact that I'm actually smiling in my pictures. Like, dude, it's just, thank you. It was a wonderful time. I can't wait to be back. For now, enjoy yourselves. Have a good night. You guys rule.
I never quite realized how beautiful this world is.